Hello, I am here. I just had to make sure everything's working everywhere. Say hello, where you from? Who is painting with you? Turn down the sound here. This is so exciting. Manvira's here from Winnipeg. Bremerton, Washington is in the house. Welcome, welcome. And that's Sherry. Darla is here. Did you see I got two different colors over there? So the blue one is the one that you saw on the Facebook and all the posts. And I remembered later that I did this in different colors for a wedding party. So that's the one next to it. So same painting, change up the colors. You can have so much fun. Alicia's here. We're so excited to get some painting time. Oh, after a day of work, I can just think. Oh, and I'm going live on Instagram. All right. Ellen is here from Kentucky. Welcome, welcome. I see Millie came in. Monique is here. She's from South Carolina. Just watching today. Just got home. I'll paint tomorrow. And that's Manvira. Yes. Vancouver Island. Hi, Dana. Good evening. Happy Taco Tuesday. It's me and Margarita from Olympia. Hi, Sherry. Jill and 9-year-old daughter Natalie here from Stanwood, Washington. Hello, Jill and Natalie. Welcome, welcome. Is anyone going to change the colors? I think the lighter one would look really good with some gold, if you play with gold in there, or any metallic paints, I think. Shireen is here. She's from Port Angeles, West Side, Pisa. Shireen, almost ready. Missouri, welcome, welcome. And that's Courtney. Dodie is here from Nelson. Laurie is here from Ohio. And then Rhonda is here, and she's here to take care and breathe. Rhonda from Minnesota. Yeah, she reminds us all the time. Hi from Glenelg Island. Welcome, welcome, Wendy. So nice to see you. And Melissa's here from Chilliwack. Like the look of this one. Yes, this one is fun. My favorite part has to be painting those flowers, because we make them up as we go. Remember, if you paint with me, it's way easier to paint the flowers first and then go look for them in books than what it is to copy what's in a book and then, try and copy them and then put all that pressure on yourself. We don't do that. We just paint to have fun. Melissa's here from Chilliwack. Kirsten is here. Welcome, welcome. So you're just watching today and having some dinner. We'll paint later. Yes. So for those who haven't painted with me before, my name is Frida and I'm the owner and founder of Zales Art. In the last 10 years, more than 20, maybe 25,000 people have painted with me, and I do fun art, not fine art, so you can relax and have fun. And these videos stay on Facebook for 24 hours. The last 2 weeks I kept on because those are just, they will be removed though, but I left them a little bit longer. Those are part of my paintings I've chosen that stays on a little bit longer. They are so well known and people are so fond of them. So I love it if you share these videos. I also have a membership, a paint night membership that you can join. For those who's in the membership, I don't know if you can see, let's see. There's the waterfall painting. That one is now in the membership, and I'll show more of the other spring paintings that's in the membership too. All right, let's see. You know what? When I'm done, all the mums message me and they go, the kids are sleeping. I'm going to paint now. It's like 8, 9 p.m. And I love it when people respond like they are in the live session. So if you're watching this and it's 9 or 10 p.m. or 1 o'clock in the morning, whenever you're doing it, don't hesitate to comment. Let me know that you're doing this after the live, in the replay. Let's say some hellos. Hello from Minnesota. Shelly is here. What colors do we need? I'm going to run through the colors in a minute. Almira is here. Hello, hello. Okay, let's see here. What time is it? Oh, we still have 5 minutes. If you do want to pour some paint, you will need some black and white for the vase, unless you want to do different colors. So the black and white for the vase, I use phthalo blue for the background, but if you have turquoise or whatever you want to use for the background, and then I have multiple colors put out that I want to use for the flowers. So I have some orange, I have my red that I mix with the white for a pink color. You need some green. I use yellow to put highlights in my greens. I also use blue instead of black to make it a little bit darker. So you'll need all the colors. Decide on how you want to do your flowers. I have a white flower, I have a pink flower, there's an orange flower, I have some purple flowers in there, I have a really dark red in the black and white painting. Yeah, so if you have red, yellow, blue, and you have your green and orange, you should be good. And if you have golds, metallic paints to add, those will work. And then for brushes, I put these out. I have a bigger brush for the background. I'm going to use my medium size full bit for flowers, and I have a flat here. I'll probably play between these two. And then I have a small round that I'm going to use for the outlines and for some flowers, maybe for some leaves too. Right, so if you have a bigger brush for the background, 2 medium-sized brushes, or just one is fine if you have just one. And then you need a round brush for the lines and for smaller details. So those are good. I should probably start pouring some paint. Sherry is here. Rashmi is also just watching tonight. A lot of people just coming to watch, and some people don't paint at all. They just come to watch to see what happens and to chat to everyone, ask questions. Are we going to paint in the background? So we are first going to draw out the flowers, draw it out, and then we paint the background around it. Rhonda says it's 8 p.m. where she is. Minnesota, right? Mary Lou loves the painting. Oh, wait, let me show you what I can do with the system. Look at that. I can highlight some of your comments now. Good evening, Frida. It's Ruth from Chetwynd, and I have my sister. I love this comment. I have my sister, Corrine from Kamloops, be joining, and a niece, Jen, from Russell, Manitoba. I love it when the whole family joins. Isn't that neat? So I'm pouring some white. I did bring out the purple, so I'm going to pour a little bit of purple on my palette. Not too much, though. I am using phthalo blue on this one. Phthalo blue with a little bit of yellow can mix a beautiful turquoise color. I'm pouring some yellow. I have a brilliant red. So if I mix this one with white, it makes like a salmon color. So it doesn't go rosy pink like a pink color. But this one, my cad red, this one goes a little bit more of a baby pink kind of color with white. And this one's called Hooker's Green. And some black. If you're just arriving and you didn't see the colors, I'm going to run through them again. So don't worry about that. If I missed a comment, please just type it in again, or someone in the community will get back to you. So people are amazing here. I love when I miss a comment and everyone helps to answer. Oh, there we go. Linda says she's watching from Western Washington. We plan to paint a little later tonight after the night comes down. Oh, I know how it goes, right? You have brilliant red. Well, you are, you are brilliant. Hello, K-Dog, and thank you for that. You're so sweet. Gabriella says, hi, it's me, Elise, and my Sophia. Love that. K-Dog says, hi, and she's on her way home. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. I think I'm all caught up. Patricia, hi, Frida. Hope you are well. We are still cold. They are calling for warmer. Bring it on. I am so ready for spring. I did get a little bit of snowshoeing in the past weekend, which was absolutely amazing. We picked the right day. It was sunny. It was beautiful. I did learn that although it's sunny and you feel hot, if you're walking across a lake when it's -6, keep your beanie on your head. My ears were burning from the cold. Jo Hill is here, and she's from Campbell River. Hello, welcome, welcome. Wendy from Mission is here. Me and my sister Sophia are from Canada, and that's Gabriella. All right. So I'm going to run through colors and brushes again. So I have white, and I do a lot of paint. It's just bad habit. You don't need that much paint, but I've got white, blue, I've got green, yellow, I've got 2 reds on my palette. This one goes like a salmon color if I mix white into it, and this one goes more like a beautiful rosy pink. And then I've got black, and I'm trying this purple. I haven't used it in a while, but I have some purple on there. I'll use the yellow and this red to mix an orange color. I'm going to go with the background with just white and phthalo blue. I might throw in a little bit of yellow to get a little bit of a turquoise color, but we'll see when I start painting. I just suggest that you bring all your favorite paints close by. You don't have to pour them before. Sometimes as you need it, you just pour out. That's the fun thing with painting at home, right? When I was out doing events, you pour all this paint. Some people use so much and then others don't use, and you see all these plates full of paint. Now you paint at home and you just pour as you need. So neat. All right, for those who missed the brushes, I have a big brush that way. Big brush. This one's going to use for the background. It's not huge, but that's my full bit that I use. I've got a flat brush. I've got a medium-sized full bit brush. And then I've got a round that I'm going to use for the drawing and some of the flowers and the outlines. So we're going to do that. Oh, first time doing these flowers. I'm scared. Oh, don't be scared. It's like Courtney says, I make it really easy for you. Very easy. We're going to have loads of fun. I like to start on time. We've been chit-chatting. I normally come up a little bit earlier, but it's almost 6:05, so I'm going to start off and take you through this painting. I guide you step by step, but if your inner artist want to come out and play and do things slightly different, let it happen. Let the inner artist come out and play. I do move with quite a pace, but not too fast. Most people are able to finish, but what happens is right after I post the video, so you can either try and keep up and just do it, especially if it's your first time. A lot of people think they have to keep up, but you don't have to. Paint along. I post the video afterwards. You'll be able to go back and skip and do whatever you want with the video. During the live, you will not be able to go back, but afterwards you'll be able to pause and go back and paint it just at your own pace. So breathe, have fun. We're going to have a really good time. And Jeanette is here. Jeanette from Vancouver. Happy birthday, Vanessa. Happy birthday, Vanessa. All right, we're going to start off with our round brush. So this is going to be our pencil. Some people prefer to draw with a pencil. I go in with my brush. and I just start drawing using the brush. And I'm going to use a really light gray to do the sketching out. You want to make it really light. I'm going to go a little bit darker so you can see my lines, but just a light gray. Some people prefer yellow. I actually did this one, the outlines with yellow, but just the light color just to sketch it out, and then we're going to paint the background. So we're going to start off with our small round. I got to get used to the camera. It's the other way for me now, but there you go. Wet your brush. Tap, tap on the towel, and I'm taking a little bit of black paint, just the tip of my brush, and mixing up the gray. This is going to be my color that I'm going to play with. I like drawing with my brush. I feel like I'm a little bit more loose, and you'll see that I'm holding it a little bit further back instead of on the tip like that. Go a little bit further back so you're a little bit loose. Right, I push down so the paint can go in between the bristles, and then I roll my brush so that it's more of a, the hair is all together like that, and then we're going to start drawing. All right, so we're going to do the vase. You can make a round vase, you can do a bigger vase, it's up to you. I'm going to go about a little bit higher than the halfway mark. I'm going to do, this is going to be the top of the vase, not that we're going to see that because there's going to be flowers here. And do a line down. You can really see my vase is a little wider tonight than the other one. 2 lines down and rounded at the bottom. Standing on this side here. It looks straight from here. That wasn't too bad, right? Rounded, straight lines down, rounded at the bottom. If we do it flat, then it looks like a square, flat vase. So that's why I do it rounded over here. You breathing? All right, a little bit more paint. So grabbing my paint, roll my brush, and I'm going to do a flower right here. That's going to be a big one. It's kind of a circle, a little bit of a twirly in there. And on this side, I'm going to do one like that. Just be loose. Remember to breathe. You guys breathing? I'm going to do a round one over here. It's kind of round. Kind of move your brush a little bit. I don't know if you can see the lines. There we go. That's what it looks like. All right, and then right at the top here, I love this yellow flower. So I'm going to do kind of like that, and it's got 3 little petals. Do we have a name for this one? I like to name my flowers afterwards. It's like 3 little lines like that. And then I'm going to do some little round ones here. 1, 2, 3, and maybe 3 little round ones over here. 1, 2, 3. Don't rush. If you're not there, it's all good. And that's what it looks like. Got 3 little round ones over here and 3 little round ones there. Very basic outline. I noticed the glare, yes. I'm not sure why, but if I lift it a little bit, That should work. Oh. I'll lift it every now and then. I'm not sure why it does that. There we go. I can see it. It's this bright light. Turn the lights off and you can't see me. You can't see anything. So I'll lift it every now and then, but it should be good. That wasn't too bad, was it? Don't judge, just kind of go for it. Sometimes it's really hard when you're starting off and like, is it right? Is it wrong? Is this what it's supposed to be? When you start painting, and the more creative you are, the more creative you get. So when you start painting, new ideas will come. Like, just let it happen. I'm going to talk a lot when we get to the flowers of things that you can do, and you don't have to do everything. It's going to be fun. You're going to love it. Welcome button at the bottom is blocking your lovely painting. Really? It's blocking the bottom there. I can take it off because we've started. I just got to find it now. There we go. There we go. I didn't know how long I was not going to be in front of the screen because I had to check a few things. So I made a cute little banner. All right, so we have 115 people online. So let's say 8 to 10 people if you are ready to go. So just type ready and then we're going to start painting the background. Oh, you are most welcome. Have you decided on the background color? I'm going to go with my phthalo blue and white paint. You're so funny. This is scary. I'm doing a black box. Should I start over? I see lots already coming in. I know, Joe, every time you just keep going. Aren't they fun? Oh, thank you, Ruth. I know, 115, 113 now. It goes up and then it goes down, but it seems to stay at around about 113, 115. I'll never forget the night we had 600 people on. You didn't notice it. That video is still up. It's the first butterfly painting, but my knees were shaking. Like, you will never find me in a big crowd, only online. All right, I see so many readies. We're going to start off. So what I do, my brush is a little bit wet. So just in the water, tap on the towel so that I have a slightly wet brush, but no water dripping off. Well, not anymore. And I'm going to go into my blue paint. My phthalo blue goes really far. So you want to go into the blue and then I'm going to pick up some white paint. I like the colors to mix on my canvas. I'm going to go a little bit darker, closer to my flowers, and then lighter as I go out. So when I'm going to start here, I'm going to gauge how dark or light it is. So I start putting the paint down. If your lines are really thick, so your paint here is really thick, be careful that you don't pick up the gray color or whatever color you chose. So mine is really thin. I didn't use a lot of paint, so it's almost dry. Right, so I pick up, this is the blue that I have. I want to go a little bit lighter further away. You can see big brush strokes. Now when I pick up paint, still with all that paint on there, I'm just going to pick up white paint. And I'm going to go right next to it, and I'm going to start blending it all together. See how it's darker here, lighter further out. And this one's fun because you can go all kinds of directions. The more you move your brush, the more the colors will blend together. The less you move your brush, it will be more streaky. So if you like it with all those streaks in there and all the lines, then move away, just move on. Can you see all the different shades there? It's like light, dark, light, dark. If you like it like that, then just move on to the next area. I want a little bit darker, especially at the bottom here. Maybe this whole area a little bit darker. So it's going to be a shadow down here. And then a little bit lighter here. So now I'm picking up more white and going into more white. up and down, left, right. If you want it more smoother, then you'll probably do more longer brush strokes. Can you see how it's all blending together? Much softer. So if you want it really smooth, it will be a softer brush stroke because you're blending it all together. But if you want it more texture, then just kind of move your brush left to right like that, right? And remember to breathe. It's all good. It's all good. It's just the paint. What's the worst that can happen? You have to restart. Is that the worst that could happen? Or you could dry it and paint over it. Like no one gets hurt. Like this is a place where you can be so silly because no one's going to get hurt. A little darker, picking up more white. Lighter as it's further away. And that's how you're going to paint the whole background. Lots of paint. Go around it. Don't worry about inside here. We're going to make that green. You're just going to go around all of these flowers. I'm missing all the comments. Oh, and you can go right around the edge if you have a box canvas. So if you're doing flowers and they go all higher up, you can go all the way around. There's so much white paint on that side. I'll lift it a little so you can see. There you go. I think my light is too close to me, so maybe I'll go lift that up in a minute. A little bit darker, closer to these. There is still some type of glare. Oh yeah, let's see if I can work on that now. I think normally my light's all the way to the ceiling and I dropped it for another video, so I think it's just a little too close to me. See how I made it a little bit darker around here? Don't overthink it, but a little bit darker, closer to your flowers, and I'll bring it closer so you can see the texture. Nothing fancy, right? Just a bunch of colors. Do want to get rid of those bigger brush strokes. Smaller, a little bit more blended. Okay, it's just wild out here. There we go. See if we can lift that light. Oh, that's so much better. There we go. Is that better? All right. So when you are ready to move on, type ready. And because I know this takes a little bit longer, we'll have like 15 readies and then we can move on. Oh yes, thank you. I love that. Thank you for letting me know. Is this one of the new editions? This painting? No, this one is actually quite old. I think this one I probably designed about 7 years ago. I think I have all the new ones close by. Oh, this one is a new one that's in the membership. Isn't this gorgeous? This is so much fun to paint. Like, so much fun. So that's a new one. And the waterfall that you see up on the screen on that side, that one is new. This one's a new one. So these are exclusive to the membership, so you'll find them in there. This one is beautiful. I want to do this one in like turquoise colors, baby pinks, and maybe some sepia, like browns, golds. Oh, and I have this one too. Very different to the others. So much fun. I will be blending forever and ever. I know. It's so much fun to blend. What do you do with all your paintings when you are done? I stack them. Do you want to see? Let's see if I can show you. Oh, I can't show you. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't show you. I have a stack that's one is my height and then a stack a little lower. So I do donate them to schools because they paint over them and reuse them. Sometimes I sell them, but I have a lot. I did a video today of my studio setup on my personal profile. You can go find it, just Frida Lombard. And it's a public video and you can see on there how many I have. And I think in the summer I gave about 200 away. So there's lots. Double thumbs up. Look at you guys all ready to go. All right, we're going to work with some green. We're going to put in some greens. So doing the greens, I like a little bit harder lines. We're not going to do soft lines. We're going to add all kinds of leaves in there. Sometimes it's not going to make sense right now, but we're going to add flowers to the greens. We're going to, it's like a base coat that we're going to do right now. So my green is really dark. I am going to use I'm going to use this brush, my medium filbert brush, that one, and my green paint. So going into the green, I do put a little bit of white with this green because it is slightly opaque. Oh, this one is beautiful with the white with it, adding in. Look at this paint. It's a little snotty. Look at that. It's a different brand, but it's good. All right, so green with, I put a little bit of white. Maybe you don't need it if your paint's not opaque. Load up my brush. Take a deep breath. You're going to be okay. We want some hanging leaves that kind of come out here. So I'm going to do like a line that comes out like that. Just a curved line. It's my filbert brush. I put it down and I go in the direction of the, so going downwards like that. I'm going to add these little lines to it. Don't worry about the vase. We're going to do that and then we're going to come and paint on our greens again. This is like your base coat. I'm going to do another one on this side. I'm going to copy the blue one over there. These are hard lines so we can paint right around them. The reason I'm doing these leaves first is if we're doing the black now, we're going to wait too long for it to dry before we can paint on top of it. It's happening, right? Can you see that? The girls are saying slow down. Oh, I know. Just breathe, have fun. And then some green in between. If you're not done with the background, if you're close to here, you can always come back to the background. So I'm going to go in between the flowers. So wherever you see like little spaces, you're going to paint it green around your flowers. Go in there a little bit, up here, like that. So around your circles. Jackie, happy birthday to Jackie. Hold on, I can do this thing. It's my birthday. Everyone say happy birthday to Jackie. Cheers on your birthday. Jackie, did you message me during the week? I know we have a few people who has their birthdays today and that's painting with. So if it's you, say hello. All right, so I'm going to do a few more. Now, just everywhere around your flowers where you think some greens would come out. So I'm going to go up here and add some greens, not too much, just two kind of little lines like that. We're going to add more detail a little bit later. And I'm going to do some greens up here. Oh, this time I'm going to kind of flick my brush up like this. So you put it down like that, you put it down and then you kind of flick away and it does those little lines. And I like to do them slightly curved, like a little curve in them. Maybe we'll add some flowers later. We'll talk about that. I'm going to do some greens coming out this way. Oh, I got a little red here. That's okay. Right, it's just going to make it like a brownish color. On this one over here, I'm going to add these little flicks this way. You don't have to do all the leaves I'm doing. You can make them up as you go. But you want some greenery everywhere. There's no right or wrong. And again, I don't name these. Like it's easier to paint them and then go find them and then say what they are than what it is to paint them, you know, find them and then go and paint them. Jackie says fun way to spend it. Yes. Painting on your birthday. I love all the birthday wishes. So awesome. All right, where else? I think I need some green up here. I'm going to go this way. This one I'm going to give some little lines to. At the ends of these, we're going to come add some flowers. We'll add some more greens later. Do you think that the painting from the membership you will ever do for Facebook Live for free? Possibly, Joe. I'm not sure. Some of them just take too long. Like that waterfall one took me an hour to record. So it's an hour of me showing, and I've been painting like this for 10 years. So if you're doing it, you're going to be painting for 2 hours. And my Facebook Lives are normally just an hour. There is a waterfall one that I'm doing, so, and probably this one. But for now, they're just in this one I'm considering putting on Facebook. But not right now. All right. Was that fun doing the greens? I think this is good for now. I'm just washing my brush and drying it off. Clean and fresh. Ready for the next step. Oh, I'm going to bring it closer so you can see what it looks like up close up. Nothing fancy, right? Just green lines. Oh, this way. We're going to come back later, add some shadows in there. We're going to add some flowers on top of those greens. Whatever is happening on your canvas, if anyone asks, you just say, I planned it. That's all. The last one, I know, Ruth. Yeah, that one's gorgeous. I did it on a few postcards. I play with the paintings when I design. So much fun. I'm having way too much fun. I see her ready. Rhonda is ready. What are you guys drinking tonight? Anyone having Chardonnay? Because that seems to be the drink for painting. And green tea was a hit the last time. I can't remember what was the other. There was some of them I see that comes up all the time. Oh, I love it. See all the readies. Okay, so we're going to start off with the flowers, and the flowers have lots of layers to them. So I'm going to talk you through how I'm doing them, and then we're going to do them. So I'm going to talk a lot for a little bit about how I do them, and then we'll paint together. If you jump in and start painting, it's all good. All right. So you'll see that the flowers have lots of colors in them, and they have different color outlines. They're just a lot of fun to do. So over here, this one I did all in white. I did white, I add a little purple on the one side, and I blended it in. So that's for that one. All white, purple, and then I did a red outline, and then I did a yellow center and played with red. See, does that even make sense? But it's cute, isn't it? This one I started with a pink color, and it blended out until it's red. Did some white highlights in there. This one is orange and red mixed with a red outline. These are little roses. You just twirl the brush with lots of color on them. Maybe two colors, a lighter color and a darker color. I did this one in orange with some red lines on it. This is orange and it's got some pink. So do you see what you're just painting? You're going to make up the colors. You're going to have fun. You're going to add shading in places where you're wondering, should I do a shade here? Just do the shade. We're going to do some outlines. And then in the end, when you stand back, you'll have this bouquet of beautiful flowers. So don't hold back. The only suggestions I do have is colors that are across from each other on the color wheel. If you do have one, it's okay if you don't, but you can always ask. If they are near each other, they blend together really well. If they are across from each other, they make mud. So if I go here, purple, so red is next to purple here, these two will blend together beautifully, because then you're going to get this in the middle. But if you take violet and yellow, it makes mud. It makes like a grayish, brownish color. Blue and orange must be the ugliest mud you can get. If I mix this one and that one, so if you're doing a flower and you want to go blue on the one side and orange on the other side, you're going to end up with a brown flower. But if you're going to go blue with purple, those two work. Right, so if you don't know, you can pop the question in here. But if you do have a color wheel, that really helps you. Or else just copy me, which is way easier too. All right, are we ready to paint flowers? They're easy. They're going to be okay. Read Courtney's message. She says, it's all right. Okay, so I'm going to start with this one right here. I'm going to stick to what I have, or close to what I have over there. It's been years, so my painting is slightly different than what it was. Still with my full bed brush. I'm going to take some white paint. I'm going to paint that whole flower white. If you want to do light pink, go for light pink. If you want to do yellow, you can do yellow. I'm going to paint, and this time when I'm painting, I'm going to go right up to the lines, right up to, I want to cover my gray lines. It's just white paint. I'm going to just wipe that off here and pick up very little purple paint. Little bit purple on my brush. I'm going to make this one side here purple. So putting down the purple paint. Right, that's a lot of purple. See the purple? To blend that in, I'm going to clean my brush. I'm going to bring this closer so you can see how much paint is on there. See how much paint is on there? So much paint. So I don't need more paint to blend the two together. I just need a clean brush. There's enough paint, so I'm going to blend these two together by moving my brush in between the two. Picked up some green, but that's okay. And I'm blending. After I've blended a little bit, wipe my brush, blend a little bit more. If I take, see there's purple on there, if I put it down somewhere else, I'm just moving the purple to another spot. That's why you're cleaning your brush. Clean it off, blend, clean it off, blend, and that's it. That's how I do my blending. You see it's a soft transition from one color to the other. Just has a little bit of a soft blend from purple into white. A little bit of color in there. Weizenfandel. So needed color wheel. Annika, it's what I'll do is I'll put one onto my Facebook page. I'll make a note of it tomorrow. If you guys don't see it, send me a message. Say Frida, where's the color wheel? So you can download it. So you have one. It's just so easy. Or if you just go Google and go color wheel, just download it and keep it close by to, or throw it in your art supply box. Yeah, lots of color. Kirsten says lots of color wheels online. That's awesome. I'm glad. Thank you, Christine. All right, so we've got our purple and white flower. I'm going to do those little roses up there with purple. I'm going to go and do two colors on your brush. I'm going to go purple on the one side and a little bit of white, not too much, just like that. And I'm just going to twirl inside those little flowers. Twirl, twirl, twirl. Look at that. Nothing special. White, purple. And you can choose different colors. You can maybe go red and yellow, so you'll have like an orange kind of play, or white and yellow. I love yellow roses. There's another one. And I'm just touching and moving my brush in a circle. A little bit of purple. Twirl, twirl, twirl. My hand is very shaky tonight. Not too bad, but there we go. Look at that, little roses. If you're going for pastel colors, then just more white than purple on the brush. Oh, there you go. Kirsten says, fun painting project, paint your own color wheel. I tried that, but I don't have the true primary colors. But it's a fun project. You have to kind of play with your colors to see where they are, just to get to know them a little bit better. It's fun to do. I'm just going to wipe my brush. I'm not even going to wash it. And I'm going to go into the red and into the purple to have a darker little rose. So for these ones over here, I'm going to play with a little bit of red and purple. Red, purple. See purple on the one side. I'll go like that. Red on the other side. Who knows what's going to happen? And I'm just going to do it right there. And remember, we're covering your outlines. This red's so strong. Let's see over there. Nothing fancy. Nothing fancy at all. This is such a fun abstract painting. Let me know if you're changing colors and doing something different. I want to do a little bit more purple in all of them. Just gonna kind of play with some purple in there. Nothing fancy, just dragging some purple over. You guys breathing? To do that green flowers from would be a blessing. Yes. That, oh, Joe, and that one is just so much fun to paint. Those little flowers and the idea of a flower and the leaves. And so look out for it. It will probably come along a little bit later. It's too funny. I was working the other night and I called the painting Sunday afternoon. But when I did everything on the website, all the text says Sunday morning. So I go back later to go and check when I wanted to publish it. And I'm like, the graphic says, the picture says Sunday afternoon, but everything else says Sunday morning. I think I fixed it anywhere. So if you guys see it, just think I had 2 beers in and that's why it's like that. And let me know so I can fix it. That's one of my favorites I've done this year, is those that field of flowers. All right, so I'm going to do another one. I'm going to make this one like an orangey, yellowy color. So I'm going to show you how to blend with the yellow into an orange color. So I'm going to start off with just some yellow paint. If you're not here, it's all good if you're not at that flower. So I want to get all the red out of here. Right, it might be a little bit in here. All right, so starting off with some yellow paint in the center here. Nice bright yellow. I'm going to pick up a little bit of red. Just a little bit. Look at that. So little red. I'm going to go on the outside. And it's already picking up some of that yellow. And blend it the same way as I did this one. So now again, you have to keep track of what's on your brush. Because if I just put it down here, I'm moving some yellow down there. So wipe your brush and then blend again. So it's darker on the outside and then lighter on the outside. If you have too much paint, the one color might overwhelm the other one. Use a paper towel or a tissue or your rag and kind of wipe off the paint and then just go again. Sometimes we just have too much paint and then the blending doesn't happen that well. And you want to go all the way right to the end to cover all your drawing lines. Look at that. Isn't that neat? I'll bring it closer so you can see. Look at those flowers. Pam says, I love the new spring paintings and this one too. Thank you, thank you. Joe says, wow, just wow. Are you having fun blending, Joe? You are so good with computers. I'm going to put that one up there. Did you mention Chardonnay? I sure did. Joe, do you want to know what I did before I came to Canada? I used to program telephone systems. I was a third-party systems engineer for Alcatel. So I love technology. Well, I love hate. I'll call it like that. So I'm going to do this one over here. And this one I want more of a pinkish purplish center and then darker red. So you can see it right at the end there. A little bit more of a darker red on the outside and more of a purplish pink on the inside. So I'm going to take my red and purple. Red and purple. I already have some red in here and some white. Oh, I love that color. Isn't that gorgeous? So that's going to be my center. And then I'm going to go with more red on the outside. Okay. Again, some people find blending really hard. I think the biggest trick is you shouldn't have too much paint. Shouldn't have too little paint. So it's all wet. There's lots of paint there. I'm going to go a little bit more on this one. You're going to have too little, but if you have too much paint, it's really hard. And I'm going to use the other red, not the same one that I have here. I'm going to use this one on the outside. A little bit of purple. My bright red. Put that on the outside, and then I'm blending all this together. That's one funky flower. I'm going to go look that one up. I love abstract paintings. Like, they're so much easier than realistic. All right, so that doesn't look that great like that, right? Because we want to blend it. Wipe your brush, get rid of all the paint on there. Oh, this towel's getting a little crispy. Needs a wash. And blend all this together. Much softer lines. I didn't like the hard line. And now it starts off a little bit more purple. Should I put a warning onto this painting? Say, blending ahead, warning. Lots of blending happening. Didn't know you're going to blend that much tonight, did you? Just let it happen. If your blends are more hard like this here, just let it happen. That is so much fun. If yours is soft, this is great. Oh, I'm missing comments here. Free workouts, I know, right? You make it look so easy. That's how I lure people in. I make it look easy. And then they realize, oh, it's not too bad. Or do they? We might go over the time. I said an hour painting, we might go hour 15. Just so you know. And then a little bit more blending on this one over here. I like to make it an orangey color with a little bit of red just on the one side. So I'm going to mix up, here's my paint, I'm looking for my paint. So I'm taking a little bit of red within some yellow and mixing up an orange. Beautiful orange, look at that. There we go, beautiful orange. And then I'm going to paint that in here. Oh, Mila says, this is starting to look so good. I'm so glad to hear that. Hi, Paula. All right, so this one over here, I'm going to go yellow, and then I'm going to do some red little streaks that I want to blend in. Okay, some orange. Look at that, matte being fancy. And then I'm going to take some red and do some red, a little bit of red blending or lines in there, just on the one side. Maybe I'll come back and do some yellow on the other side later, but that's all I want for now. That one's really bright. Oh, I like it. All right. You guys breathing? Don't forget to breathe. Beautiful painting, Frida. Thank you, Brooke. Thank you, thank you. I love this comment. Jennifer says, only got you 10 minutes ago. We have to watch the recording and paint. I love this. I'm so ready for spring. You're going to love doing this one, Jennifer. How's everyone doing? Are you guys ready to move on? Will this one go into the membership? Yes, Pam, it will be there tomorrow. During the day, I'll move it over. I've got 2 more to drop in there, and then it will be removed from Facebook tomorrow night at 6 p.m. So if you haven't done it or you haven't started, you have till 6 p.m. tomorrow. If you're in the membership, you have forever. Well, as long as you're a member. Shannon, yes, every Tuesday at 6 p.m. If you go back to my Facebook page and click on the events calendar, you'll see events up until April listed. Awesome. I love my membership. I know the membership have really developed, and as the last like few months, like to see all the paintings go up, some days I'm blown away at how much I've uploaded. It is, yeah, it's the Netflix of paint night videos. There's more than 100 now, and I still have Lots to go. I don't even want to say the numbers anymore. There's a lot to go. All right. So I know you're still busy with flowers and having so much fun blending, but we want to do the vase. So the vase is actually 2 steps. We're going to paint this area gray, that one white, and we're going to blend it. And the black lines goes on top of that. All right. So the reason I do that is you'll see that it is darker on the one side, darker here, lighter on the other side. So it's way easier to just paint gray here, white here, blend it together, and then do the lines on top than it is to do each line gray and then white and gray and white like that. So I'm going to show you what I do. And some people then just leave their vase white, or they do polka dots, but I like the lines on this one. All right, so I'm going to use my big brush again. I never washed it. Don't forget to wash your brush. And I need more white paint. Right, so I'm going to paint the one side of my vase white. So I'm going to go in here. You want to cover your lines. And this time now, when you're painting it white, you'll work a little bit more on the shape if it was anything like mine, which is a little shaky with the lines. So I painted one side, right halfway through. This is all white. And then a light gray on that side. My gray is already dry. Oh, so little black paint, look at that. Not too dark, you just want a light gray. On this side. And how do we blend these two together? Wipe your brush clean, and with a clean, dry brush, you're just going to blend it all together. So wiping off all the paint. You can wash it if you want to. And then I'm just blending this together. Lighter on the one side, darker on the other side. White on this side, gray on that side. I need a little bit more gray over here. Now it's much easier if I'm going to do my black lines on top. So much easier. Thank you for another lovely demonstration. You're welcome, Patricia. Oh, yes, Shannon. Yeah, add it to the calendar every Tuesday at 6 p.m. And I think Facebook, I don't know if it still has that where you can subscribe to someone's events to see when they go live. And then also I have an email list that you can join. So if you want to send me a direct message, I can add you to the list, or you'll find it inside the event under details. There's a list that you can join. So every Tuesday I send out an email just to remind people that I'm going live. So this needs to dry. And then we're going to do a black outline and do our black lines through. And then it already has the darker shade and the lighter. So not having it, it just makes sure it's just a little bit less perspective or texture. I just love that the vase can be lighter on the one side, darker on the other side. If you think that was fun, you're going to love what we're going to do now. Kirsten, I was waiting for that. Mine is the opposite. So I have the darker here with the shadow on that side. So it would be this way. So when you do your shadows, you can do it to the gray side. This painting, always I have it the other way around. But that's part of the abstract of it. I had a painting in a gallery and it drove people insane because I had my zebra had highlights on the one side for the top of his head and the rest was on the other side. I love doing that. It's so fun. I love that people notice it. All right, so I'm going to start off with some details in the flowers. We're first going to work on these ones over here. And I use my small round brush and I'm just going to add some flowers onto these little bits here and over here and some highlights into some of the flowers. So I'm going to start off with some white with a little bit of pink on the one side of my brush. So it's my small round brush. And I'm going to grab some white. I'm going to grab white paint over here. I'm going to grab a little bit of red and just make some pink. So you'll see my brush has pink on the one side and white on the other side. And then on these, I'm going to just do a little flick like that and add little flowers at the bottom. Little pink on the one side, little red on the other, white on the other side. I'll bring it closer so you can see. So I just put it on here and it's like a little flick. I'm going to put one right there, like there's a stem there. Aren't these cute? I'm going to do some yellow and maybe some red, yellow, and white for these ones on here. And that's the great thing. Just play with your brush, a little bit of yellow, a little bit of that bright red. And I'm taking some white because I wanted more of a orangey color. Lots of color on this brush. And I'm going to do these ones here. Just go like that. Look at those flowers. Aren't they fun? Remember, you're just putting down and kind of flicking up. I think I want to do some here too, in the middle. Red, white, yellow. Lots of fun. And some up here. What color? Let's go purple and white. Purple on the one side, white on the other side. I actually have a light purple and a darker purple for these ones here. Just make it up as you go. It's all good. Isn't that fun? I'm going to leave this little note on there to help everyone. Thank you, Kirsten. Ooh. There goes the easel. Okay. I survived. Nancy says, beautiful. All right. So for this one, I like to do orangey center with a little bit of red. I'm going to move a little bit faster when I do like the little details of the flowers, but take your time. Don't rush. You can always go back onto the video. So I'm going to do a little orange here. Look at that. Can you see? It is so cute. Oh, me and this easel. Little orange. And then I'm just going to do a little bit of a red outline. So mine is not going to be a perfect circle. It's just a little bit of an outline like that. I'm also going to use that red to do an outline all the way around this flower. And when I do this, just the tip of the brush. See, with these round brushes, when I push down, I can get a really thick line, but I just want the tip. And when I'm doing this, it's going to be thicker in some areas and thinner in the next. So just kind of go around it. It's all good. If you have acrylic pens, bring those out. These are great for these little details too. Going all the way around like that. There we go. I am going to do a little bit of a red outline around these ones, so they're a little bit more solid. My purple flowers, I'm mixing up a little bit of purple and red because it's a really dark color. And just on the one side here, I'm going to do a little bit of a red line and maybe the centers too. I'll bring it closer so you can see what I'm doing. There you go. Look at the purple little roses at the top. So a little bit of red, and I did this, like, I don't know, say the shape of a C, like just a little tool on the inside. A tool. It's not a C. It's a tool. What am I saying? My purple, my flower with the purple on the side here, I'm using the purple and the red. There we go. And I'm going to take that around this flower. So it has a little bit more of an outline. Like that. I did a silver metallic and white vase, added gold and bronze to the flowers as shadows. I will send the pic later. Good night. Oh, you're awesome. Yes, please send the picture. So for those who haven't done this before, I post a selfie right after, and I invite everyone to post their photos. And then we go through the photos and we all give each other compliments and ask questions, and it's so neat. So much fun. All right, so this one, I want to do a yellow center and a little bit of a red outline. So maybe I'll do the outline now because I already have the color on there. Just like kind of halfway like that. And a nice yellow center, maybe a little bit of, maybe a little orange. I'm gonna do that in the center. I'm going to use some red, the bright red, or the brilliant red for this one. And this one I do the outline. And then I also do lines inside, like maybe to make it look like a rose. So smaller lines on the inside, and then as I go further, they're a little bit bigger. So if you ever want to do something that's like, if you want it that feel like it's a rose, do smaller lines in the center, like smaller twirled little curved lines, and bigger ones the further you go out. Oh yes, silver for me. Sorry, gold for me. She likes gold. I love the gold. I like the gold paint. And a really great gold, if you're going shopping, is this one. If you're buying Craft Smart, this gold. Also, if you mix this one with other colors, the shimmer stays. So it makes other colors look metallic-y or gold. Really great gold paint. I love that one. I used it the other day when we did the palette knife painting, the roses. And with the modeling paste, and even the modeling paste was shimmering, so It's really great. Love that one. All right, so we have all of that. And then I want to bring in some white little lines. So washing my brush. Picking up some white paint. Actually, I think I'm going to go with a little bit of a pink, not white. Like a light pink color. See over here? Isn't that a beautiful palette? Look at that. And I'm going to do that in here. So smaller little lines here. Barely touching, just little lines twirly. As I go further, they're a little bigger. The really awesome thing is if you don't like this, you kind of paint over it and you just go again. I'm going to add a highlight into these ones. And then for my green leaves, I'm going to add some yellow and green highlights. Very random. Yellow, green, and I'm just playing here and there. Not everywhere, you just want here and there some highlights. Look at that, little highlight over there, some highlights in here, on top there. I gotta get used to where the camera is. Isn't that fun? And you can do more shadows in here. You can add more shadows under your flowers. So much you can do. And then the final step is the black in the vase. And that is where your flat brush. So what I would do is, as thick as you want your lines to be, grab a brush that thick. So then your lines, you're just dragging it out across. You don't have to keep filling them. You don't have to draw them out to space them. It's just the brush determines how thick the line might be. I think I'm going to grab a bigger one. I'm going to go for this one. There's a bigger brush. Wipe my brush. Picking up some black paint. Bring it closer. I use a little bit of water with my paint just to thin it out. The great thing with the flat brushes, I'm going to hold it horizontally and then just do the outline for my vase. And then I'm going to start painting the lines. So I'm going to make the bottom one black. I like doing that. And remember to keep a curve in your lines. I keep the curve because that makes the vase look round. I'm not very good at it tonight. Look at that. I once did these trees on a hill. So I'm showing everyone how to do the trees. And when I started walking through the class, I saw that everyone's trees were slightly slanted. When I got to the back of the class, this is when I just started years ago. I get to the back of the class and I realized that everyone's trees were slanted because mine was slanted. So when you stand right here, they look straight. But when you go in front, that's how I learned to paint from the side. So some days are better than others. Keep that curve in there. How's everyone doing? Are you good? It gets a little tricky when you get closer to where your flowers are, but I do them all the way up, and then I use my small round brush to kind of fill in the spaces. Oh, that paint's still wet. I'll come back to that area. Still lots of white paint there. That's, oh my gosh, there's a lot of white paint. Anyway, see the smaller areas? I'll have to come back to that. There is a lump of white paint. Look at that. I didn't notice. You can add more greens. So sometimes when I'm done, I can kind of see that I want more greens right here. So I'm going to dry this when we're done. Add some greens in here. You can, I love doing my white little dots in my paintings. You can just add some white dots in here. Do I have an example close by? It's amazing what just adding a few bright white dots to the painting. If you want to add more detail, more shadows, don't stop playing. On one of the paintings, you'll see that I used some of the colors that's in here to add a shadow tonight. I just made it a little bit darker, but you can play. It's abstract. Like, you can have so much fun. The other thing, if you are doing, if you have a deep canvas, sometimes what I do is see these little roses. I like painting little roses all the way around the edges. So don't stop playing, have fun. That's what we were here. When we started off, we were just going to have fun. So I hope you had fun, and I will post more information about the membership. I will post the color wheel for those who want it, and I will be here next Tuesday. This video stays on for 24 hours. What else do I need to say? Come post your photos. So I'll do a selfie right now and post it on my Facebook page. So if you're watching from YouTube, I am on my Facebook page, so come and post your photo there, and I'll see you next week. That was a lot. I said a lot. All right, good night. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next week.